My beloved child, if you love me now, keep your heart steady and listen to my words. For it is your heavenly Father who is speaking, revealing and proclaiming something new over your life. This is not merely a word of comfort, nor a soothing reassurance during your waiting. This is a powerful declaration from heaven touching your destiny, causing all the heavens to begin shifting at the sound of my voice. What I am about to do in your life is not just a gentle transition, but a sudden, profound, and irreversible transformation, one that will mark a sacred turning point in the journey I have written for you since the very beginning. Let these words sink deep into your soul. Do not listen with carnal ears, but with the heart of a faithful one. For what I am speaking to you is drawing near, very near, like lightning that tears across the sky in the midst of a storm, swift, unmistakable, and undeniable, like the mighty thunder that resounds from above, shaking both heaven and earth. A change is coming without warning, not according to natural patterns, without signals or signs. It will come like a mighty wind from heaven blowing into your life, and with it the divine confirmation that your appointed time has come. I am bringing a divine turning point within you, a direct intervention from me alone, not from the calculations of man, not requiring the world's approval. The things you have longed for in secret, the prayers you thought I had forgotten, the dreams you once buried due to circumstances, it is precisely those things I am bringing into the light and making real. Not because you qualified by human standards, but because I am faithful. I do not forget what I have spoken. I do not overlook those who trust me steadfastly, even in the darkest night. And you will not mistake this moment. You will sense it, not with your eyes, not with your reasoning, but through the holy stirring deep within your soul, as though time and space pause in the moment you realize, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. The confirmation will come with action, no longer just a promise written on a page, but a fulfillment entering real time, into your real life, into the very days you are living. I know there have been times when you wondered if you had heard me wrong, if the promise was real or just something you wanted so badly that it became a dream of your own making. But today, I come to silence every doubt. It is I who am speaking to you. It is I who planted that dream in your heart, and it is I who am now giving it to you in the time I know is best. What you thought had passed, what you tucked away because weariness made hope too heavy, that very thing I am resurrecting with my breath. And it is not just the fulfillment of a promise. It is overflowing abundance, far beyond what you ever dared to ask. I am not the God of just enough. I am the God of abundance, the one who gives without limit, who completes not by human strength, but by the limitless power of heaven. What I will do in you will leave you in awe, not simply because of what you receive, but because you will see more clearly than ever my kindness, my wisdom, and my unconditional love. I am not only bringing you into a season of harvest, but I am positioning you anew in the Spirit, where you will not only receive, but become an instrument, a witness of heaven's power, not to keep for yourself, but to declare, to ignite, to lift others still dwelling in the shadows of waiting. In this season, I will not only do a new thing for you, but also through you, be ready to become a river flowing with grace. Prepare to carry my light into dry and barren lands. Open your heart to share your story, not to be praised, but so that other souls might dare to believe, to wait, to step forward. And remember, my child, this fulfillment is not because you were good enough, holy enough, or diligent enough. It comes because I am a merciful Father, because you surrendered, because you endured with perseverance, because you did not give up when no one was watching. I counted the nights you cried. I lifted you each time you fell. I strengthened you in the hours you were weary, and now I come with the reward for the one who did not give up, not because of merit, but because of unshakable faith in me. So do not doubt anymore. Do not ask, is this really true? Begin to give thanks. Begin to prepare your heart. Get ready to embrace the irreversible change. Tell me you are ready, not just to receive, but to step into a new chapter, filled with courage, faith, and purpose. Rise as one who is called, one who is appointed, and now, one who is being sent. For I, the Lord Jehovah, the one who makes all things new, am moving. No one can stop it. No power can delay it. No force can silence what I have declared. Believe, walk forward, and expect. For what you have long awaited, what seemed like a forgotten dream, is now approaching with the force of heaven. This is your hour. This is the appointed season for fulfillment. And I, the faithful one, am doing it with my own hand, for the glory of my name and for the fullness of joy in your heart. Step in, not with fear, not with hesitation, but with a wide open heart and lifted eyes. For the new has come, and blessings are pouring out like a mighty flood upon your life. After the long months that felt hopeless, after all the times you pushed aside the dream just to survive another day, it will be precisely when you least expect it that I will act. You will be astounded by the suddenness, by the speed of the shift, so fast, so unexpected that your heart will barely have time to catch up. But it will not be chaos. It will be divine order. It will not be random. It will be the result of a sacred process I have long been orchestrating in silence. Doors you thought were closed forever will suddenly swing wide open at a pace beyond your imagination. You will stand in awe of what I do, and the tears will flow, not from pain, but from overwhelming joy, from the wonder that words cannot contain. You will be amazed, not just because what happens is so good, but because it is exactly what you once quietly dreamed of, what you tucked away in a still corner of your heart, where you stopped praying, stopped hoping, stopped waiting. You once thought it wasn't meant for you, that the dream was too big, the promise too far, that it was for someone else, not you. But now, listen carefully. My beloved child, you did not dream too big. I am the one who planted that dream in your heart from the beginning. I am the one who lit that spark in your soul, who sowed a holy longing deep within you, and I have never forgotten it. Even if you forgot, I did not. Even when you thought you were unworthy, I never withdrew my promise. Even when the shadows of circumstance clouded your vision, my plan for you stood firm. And now, as the season has arrived, as your faithful footsteps have marked the soil of perseverance, I begin to move, not in the way you once imagined, not along the path you had planned, but by my own hand. Mighty, wise, and full of mercy, I am opening a gate that will lead you to fulfillment, one of the deepest desires you have ever carried, the one you didn't dare share fully with anyone for fear of ridicule, for fear of another disappointment. That very thing I am bringing into reality. You didn't hear it wrong. You're not chasing empty dreams. What your heart once trembled to hope for, I heard it. And now I am not just listening, I am responding. You will no longer have to wonder if you misunderstood, because what I am about to do will be so clear, so undeniable, that not even you will question it. My movement will surpass logic, exceed expectations, and go beyond what you once believed was the best, because I don't just want to give you what you hoped for. I want to astonish you with my abundance. My child, the wonder lies not only in the outcome, but in the timing and the way I choose to act. I am the God of just in time, the one who moves neither too early nor too late. And when that moment comes, I need no permission. I require no system to validate it. I am not bound by human conditions. When I declare, now is the time, every obstacle must bow, every impossibility must yield, and you, the one who thought you were too small, too ordinary, too limited, you will behold the revelation of my glory in a way you never imagined. You may ask, why me? And I will answer, because I chose you. Not because you met the world's standards, but because I saw in you a heart that wouldn't give up, a faith that stood quietly firm, a love for me that didn't waver, even in the darkest night. And that touched me. Now, prepare your heart, for the shift that's coming is not just surface level. It will turn the page to an entirely new chapter of your life. The promises you thought had fallen silent will roar back to life. Doors that once remained shut will swing open as if they were never locked. The right people will come, the helping hands will be sent, divine connections will be formed. Everything will begin to move like a river flowing from heaven, and you will no longer have to struggle just to survive. I will complete the work, and all you will be able to do is bow your head in awe and say, only God could have done this. But my child, when the fulfillment comes, do not let pride find its way in. Don't let success blur the purpose. Don't let praise distract you from the mission. Always remember that what you've received is meant to serve, to be offered, to shine light into the lives of those still waiting for their hope story. Let your blessing become a living prophecy to others. Tell them how you waited, how you wept, how you nearly gave up, but still held on in faith. And in that very moment, I moved. Because what I'm about to do is not just for you. It's part of something bigger, part of a story that's unfolding across the earth, a story of a God who sees even the tiniest dreams buried deep in the human heart, and who never overlooks the whispered prayers in the dark. You will not only be blessed, you will become a bearer of blessing. You will not only be lifted, you will be sent. And in every step, every day, every opportunity, I will be with you, to guide you, to sustain you, and to use you for things far beyond what you ever envisioned. So, my child, do not fear the sudden. Do not shrink back from the shift. Open your heart and prepare to receive the eruption of grace. Because what you thought would never happen, what you quietly set aside, is the very thing I am now bringing to life, in my time, by my hand. And when it happens, every doubt will dissolve, and you will know, more surely than ever before, I am the faithful one, the miracle worker, the God who never forgets those who steadfastly trust in me. My beloved child, when you have listened to every word I have spoken, when your soul has begun to stir once more with renewed hope, I want to ask you something, gently and earnestly, as a loving father who looks into his child's eyes. Are you ready to hear more? Not just with your ears, but with a heart fully open to the living truth. Are you truly willing to receive the very things you once prayed for, but never dared to believe you would actually step into? This is not a rhetorical question. This is a divine and profound invitation for you to move beyond simply waiting and into a posture of true readiness. For I am standing at the very threshold of your heart, knocking softly, patiently, waiting for you to open. Open your heart wide, without reservation, without fear. Let the layers of weariness, fear, and doubt fall away, for what I am about to pour out cannot be contained within a closed heart. The blessing I have prepared for you, the love I am releasing over you, cannot be complete if you open yourself only partially. This is the season of abundance, not of drops or fragments, but of a cascading flood of blessing flowing from heaven into the deepest places of your soul. Can you sense it? Can you feel it rising within you? This is the moment, the appointed time, the very season I have long awaited to pour my love and power into you, because you are more ready now than ever before. But my child, in order to receive what is great, you must still your heart and keep your eyes from being distracted by the noise of the world. I know there are countless voices pulling at your attention, the daily cares, the whispers of the world, and the subtle doubts planted by the enemy of your soul. Yet this message, this revelation, is not for the crowd. It is for you alone. This is not a general word spoken into the air, but a personal message from your Heavenly Father, the one who knew you before you were formed, the one who has watched every single step you've taken through long, silent days of waiting, and the one who has never looked away from you, not even for a moment. Every season you've walked through, every night you've prayed in quiet, every time you've wondered if your waiting was in vain, I have seen it all. Not a single faithful act, no matter how small, has been forgotten in my memory. Not one sigh hidden in your heart has gone unheard by me. You may have thought I was silent, but in truth I was counting every moment you chose to hold on in faith. Each time you chose obedience over surrender, patience over complaint, those were the very things that rose like sweet incense before my throne. And I have held close every single word you have ever spoken. So, my child, never believe that waiting is pointless. Every season of waiting in me carries deep meaning, not to delay you, but to prepare you, not to break you, but to grow you. What I am about to give you requires a heart softened by faith, shaped by endurance and deepened by real love. You are no longer a child begging for what you cannot yet carry. You are becoming the one who is destined to receive, to guard, and to multiply all that I give. Do you remember when you began this journey, when all you had was a single promise, a flicker of light, a longing that had not yet taken form, when no one around you fully understood what you were believing for, what you were praying for, what you were hoping in, yet still you walked forward, even when your steps trembled, even when you felt completely alone? Even when you asked me, Lord, do you still remember the promise? And I saw you, I heard you, I was there, not just as a silent witness, but as your quiet companion through every day of faithful perseverance. And now, in what seems like the quietest moment, I am speaking something new. I am calling you out of the waiting and into the place of fulfillment, but not with hurried steps, rather with holy steps, each one guided with clarity and depth by me. What I pour out this time is not merely to satisfy your heart, but to glorify me through your life. What is coming is not just a reward, but a mark, a testimony to those who still doubt that I am real, that I truly speak, that I have not forgotten the faithful ones. My child, do not look back anymore. Do not let old seasons define you in this new one. Do not let former pain dim the joy that is now approaching. Let go of what no longer belongs to this journey. Expired connections, unhealed emotions, memories of failure. Lay them at my feet. Let me renew you completely, from thought to faith, from dreams to the way you see yourself. For you are no longer the person of yesterday. You are the one of today, of this present season, of the divine shift heaven has already ordained. Rise up, not in your own strength, but in the authority I give. Walk forward, not in doubt, but in the certainty that I have seen you, I have chosen you, and I am sending you. Believe that not a single sacrifice you've made was in vain. Not a single season you've walked through was wasted. All of it has led to this moment, where you no longer have to cling to the promise, because the promise is beginning to take hold of you. Open your heart, my child. No more doubt, no more hesitation. I am pouring my love, deep, pure, and powerful, into the deepest places of your soul. And with that love comes blessing, not merely for survival, but for abundance. So you may become a witness, a bearer of fulfilled promise, a voice echoing for souls still waiting. You are part of something far greater, a story more magnificent than you ever imagined. So guard your heart. Stay focused. Let nothing distract your vision. Listen intently, and remember every word I speak, because what is coming will not only change your circumstances, it will transform you completely, making you never the same again. This is the time. This is the hour. This is the season that I, the faithful God, have chosen to complete what I began in you. And I will not stop until it is made whole. Now, my beloved child, as your heart opens and your spirit listens in this sacred stillness, I want to ask you a question. Not to test you, but to awaken a part of you so deep that even you may have forgotten it. Let your mind grow quiet. Let your heart become tender, as it was the first time you heard my call. And then answer me, not with words from your lips, but with the honesty buried deep in your soul. What is your deepest desire? Not what you often tell others, not the prayers that are easy to say, but that one thing you scarcely dare to voice, the dream hidden in the secret corner of your soul, the one that makes your throat tighten and your hands tremble every time you think of it, the one that feels too big, too sacred, too overwhelming, so much so that you're afraid it might shatter if spoken aloud. Yes, that one. Let your heart step forward. Touch it. Face it. Call it by name in your spirit, without fear, without shame, without hesitation. I already see it. I always have. Before you ever uttered your first prayer, when it was only a faint stirring, from the moment it began to take shape in your heart, I was there, watching each spark of light break into your soul. Do not think I've forgotten. Do not assume I am indifferent. What you called too vague, too risky, too unrealistic, to me, that very thing is the most beautiful, because it was born in the depths of your being, the place I myself formed and called very good. Now I ask you this: do you believe I can bring it to pass? Not just a faint hope, not a half-hearted belief, but complete trust that if I am the one who placed that dream within your heart, then I am also powerful and faithful enough to make it truly come to be. Pause for a moment, my child, and be honest with yourself. Do you dare to believe that I not only hear you, but that I want to do this for you, because I love you, and because I am your good father? If your heart answers yes, then now I invite you to take one step further. Don't keep it buried in silence. Don't let it slumber in hesitation. Act in faith. Have the courage to bring it out of the secret place and lay it before me as a true offering. Speak it, declare it, or even write it down right now as a prophetic act, because when you write it, you're not just placing it on paper, you're placing it into the space of life. You're bringing that dream into the light where it can no longer be suffocated by fear or doubt. I am not waiting for perfect action. I am simply looking for a sincere heart, one that dares to believe, dares to step. You may tremble when you speak it, but your trembling does not trouble me. I love the courage found in that trembling. I love it when you choose to walk forward even when you cannot see the destination. Every time you dare to believe with boldness, you create a ripple in the spirit realm. Even the smallest act of faith resounds loudly in the unseen world. When you say, "Lord, I believe this can happen," all of heaven listens. And I, the one who sits upon the throne of glory, do not take lightly a simple prayer offered in wholehearted sincerity. My child, remember this: your dream is never small in my eyes. What you see as a drop, I see as precious. What you hesitate to say aloud, I consider a sacred treasure. And if I did not withhold my only son for your sake, is there anything I would hold back when you come to me in trust? No, beloved, there is nothing too great for me to accomplish, and nothing too small for me to care about. Every desire in your heart holds value to me, for I am the one who placed it there from the very beginning. So let me do what only I can do. Give me space to move by opening your heart, speaking your desire, and believing that I am already at work. When you declare it, you break the chains of fear. When you write it down, you are affirming to heaven and earth, I believe. I am not merely waiting. I believe my Father is faithful. And that very faith is the key that opens the treasury of heaven. Let that longing be more than just a quiet hope. Make it part of your living journey of trust. Each day speak it again, not to pressure me, but to remind yourself that you do not walk alone. I am walking with you, and when the time comes, when all things align, when you are ready, when heaven and earth join in chorus, what you once only dared to dream will become the reality you dwell in. And in that moment you will look back and doubt no more. You will no longer ask if I heard you. You will no longer question the meaning of that dream. You will fall to your knees in worship and whisper, Lord, you knew my heart. You heard me and you moved. Joy will overflow. Your heart will blossom, and your story will become the inspiration for many others. Those who are afraid to dream, hesitant to believe, and unsure how to step forward. So, my child, begin today. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Don't wait until you feel good enough or completely worthy. You don't need to be enough, because I am enough. All you need to do is offer. Offer up that dream, and let me take care of the rest. And one day you will be the one encouraging someone else. Write it down. Speak it out. Believe, because the God who did the impossible for me can do it for you too. And so, the river of faith will continue to flow, and life will continue to be birthed from a simple yet powerful act. A child who dared to believe, dared to speak, and dared to surrender the most hidden part of their heart to the Father in heaven. Have you ever truly pondered that I, the Creator of all things, the one who holds every movement in the universe together, can turn around a situation, reverse a destiny, and open a completely new path in a single moment? Do you realize how powerful I am? Just one moment, one breath of my word, and what seemed impossible becomes possible. What looked like it would take a lifetime to change, I can shift in the blink of an eye. You've waited so long that you've begun to think you were left behind. You've endured long and weary days clinging to faint hope, thinking breakthroughs only happen for others. But I want you to know this: miracles do not depend on man's timing. They depend on mine. And when my moment comes, no door can remain closed. Every circumstance can shift in an instant when I move. Just imagine it, beloved. A sudden call bearing news that lights up your soul. A short message, a simple invitation, a phrase like yes or let's begin, could dissolve all the weariness of past seasons. One email, one handshake, one look of kindness could be the very sign that signals a change beyond your wildest dreams. Do you see it? I am the one orchestrating those seemingly random moments. Nothing happens outside of my authority. I am the one behind those coincidental meetings, those accidental opportunities, those unexpected events you could never arrange on your own. You thought you had to strive for breakthrough, to push with all your strength just to change the outcome. But my child, what I've prepared for you does not come from struggle. It comes from surrender, not from desperate striving, but from resting in faith. I don't want you worn out from your own strategies. I want you to learn to trust me, to fully yield to me, the one who knows what's best and knows exactly when it is time for all things to unfold. One arrangement of mine can shift an entire journey. One move of mine can reverse a storm. One word from me can shatter the chains that have held you for years. Look back at the scriptures. Look at the lives of those once called forgotten, hopeless, rejected. I called them out of caves, out of prisons, out of barren deserts, and in a single moment I transformed their destinies. Joseph went from the prison to the throne in a single day. Moses was tending sheep in the wilderness when he encountered me through a burning bush, and the fate of a nation changed. David was just an unknown shepherd boy, but one moment before Goliath, and his path to the throne had begun. Do you think I've stopped doing such things? No, my child. I am still doing them. And now I want you to know, you are drawing near to your own moment of divine shift. It is not you who must search for the miracle. The miracle is coming toward you. Be prepared. Stay expectant. Live each day with a heart ready to be surprised. For I can take an ordinary day and turn it into the day that changes your whole life. Do you realize that nothing is too hard for me? No dream is too distant. No wound is too deep. No door is too heavy to open. Sometimes it is you who limits the possibilities. But I am not limited. I am not confined by time or circumstance. I created time. I shape every season. I orchestrate every moment. And if I have ordained something to happen, no one, nothing, no force can delay or stop it. So, my beloved child, don't let your current situation deceive you into thinking I am silent. Don't let the delay make you doubt my love. When you don't see it, I am still moving. When you don't hear it, I am still arranging. When it feels like nothing is changing, the truth is, everything is being prepared for the right moment. And when that moment comes, it will come like a flood, like waters breaking through a dam, like light bursting forth after the darkness. I encourage you today. Believe me for an unexpected miracle. Live with the expectation that I can intervene at any moment in any circumstance. Dare to dream again. Dare to believe in divine surprises. Dare to wait with joy rather than anxiety. For one thing you must know, I not only can do it, I am doing it, right now, in this very season, in your very life. You don't need to know all the details. You only need to be ready in your heart. Hold on to faith. Keep walking even when you see nothing. Keep praying even when the answer hasn't arrived. Because faith does not depend on sight. It rests in the confidence that I, your Father, am the one who never breaks a promise. And then, at that very moment, the one I choose, the one no one expects, the door will open. The call will come. The good news will appear. A person will enter. A yes will resound. And you will know, my Father did this for me. And when it happens, don't keep it to yourself. Tell others what I have done. Let the miracles you've experienced become the hope for those still waiting. For the change I bring into your life is not only to bless you, but to testify that I am the living one, still moving, still loving deeply, still making the impossible possible. My dearly beloved child, when my words have touched your heart, when your spirit begins to stir with hope rekindled by me, I want you to remember deeply this powerful and comforting truth. Every trial has an end. No pain lasts forever. No storm sweeps through your life without a moment of calm. Every dark journey has an endpoint where light awaits. And I, who began all things, will also lead you to a glorious and complete ending. Do not let the weary days steal from you your spiritual vision. Do not let the delay obscure what I am quietly doing. For even in the seemingly silent moments, I am still moving. And with every tear you shed, I am still gathering. Not a single pain is wasted. Not a single faithful step goes unnoticed. You are being trained not just to endure, but to enter into something far more glorious, something only those who persevere to the end will behold. So, my child, when you have heard my voice, let steadfastness be your first response. Hold tightly to this truth as your anchor in times of trembling. I will not let the trial last beyond its appointed time. I am not one who makes you suffer to prove something. I allow the dark seasons only to shape you, refine you, and prepare you. And when you have matured in faith, when you are deep enough to carry what I desire to give, then I myself will bring that season to a close, beautifully, perfectly timed, and gloriously. I want you to begin living in a posture of hope and gratitude right now. Not when your eyes see the change, not when the confirmation comes. It is precisely in the unclear moments, in the midst of the process, that gratitude holds its true value. When you thank me before the outcome is visible, it is not merely a moral act, it is the language of faith. Genuine gratitude flows not because everything has already happened, but because you believe it will, and that very faith is what shakes the heavens. My child, you can begin to give thanks even when nothing has shifted yet. You can praise me while still in the struggle, not because you pretend, but because you trust that the one who spoke will fulfill his word. Picture gratitude as a seed. When you sow it into the ground with your tears, I will water it with grace, and it will grow into a tall tree of shade for the scorching days ahead. Gratitude is a sign of maturity in faith. It is a sound that stirs the heavens. It is a fragrance rising to my throne, and I never turn away a grateful heart. You do not need to wait until the new door opens to thank me. You can lift your thanks right there in the hallway, in the waiting, in the uncertain, in the space where you hold only promises and a heart that longs. It is in those very places that thanksgiving becomes sacred, because that's when you are no longer thanking me for what you see, but for who you trust. Remember, when you give thanks, you are not merely expressing joy. You are stepping into a deep spiritual dimension. You are declaring to the entire spiritual realm, I choose to trust God no matter what I see. And in that moment, you unleash a divine movement. Not because I am driven by your gratitude, but because that gratitude places you in the posture to receive the blessing. Maybe right now you are in a waiting room with no clear schedule, no signs or signals, but believe this, in that very room, if you choose gratitude, choose praise, choose to lift your head instead of lowering it, you will begin to see the first light glimmering at the end of the hallway, and step by step, it will grow brighter, stronger, until you realize what you waited for, what you prayed for, what you held on to in faith without giving up, has now become reality. Don't wait for everything to be perfect to say thank you, Lord. Say it even while things are still unfinished. Don't wait until you've received to offer your praise. Praise as you walk. Praise in the headwinds, in the storms, in the fatigue, because that kind of thanksgiving will become the victory song of your soul. And more than that, it will echo as a holy sound to the quiet watchers around you. Your gratitude will become living faith for them. Therefore, my beloved child, let gratitude be the breath of your daily life. Do not hesitate to sing a song of hope, even when everything around you still feels dark. Do not withhold your thanksgiving until you can see clearly. The sooner you give thanks, the more you open your heart to receive what I have prepared. Gratitude is the way you walk not by sight, but by faith. And I, the faithful one, who began a good work in you, I will not stop until it is complete. Every pain you are enduring has an appointed end. Every difficult season will eventually close, and when that time comes, what remains in you will not be bitterness, but thanksgiving. Not wounds, but a song of victory. Not unfinished dreams, but a story fully written by my hand. So even now, give thanks to me. Do not wait for a better day. Call today a good day because I am walking with you. Praise me because I have never left your side. Smile because I am moving in ways your eyes have not yet seen. And let that gratitude become the mark of an unshakable faith. A faith that rests in the assurance, my God is at work, and He is about to complete His greatest wonders. When you begin to live in a spirit of gratitude, when thanksgiving is no longer just a spontaneous reaction, but becomes the steady rhythm of your soul, that is when you are entering a deeper realm of communion with me. And now I invite you to go further, not merely to receive blessings, but to become a giver, not out of pressure or duty, but like a stream flowing from a place already filled. Like light radiating naturally when the fire within you burns bright. Let your acts of giving, even as simple as a sincere thank you, become an offering of praise. It is more than just a kind gesture. It is a spiritual declaration. A small action in the physical world can cause a great stirring in the spiritual realm. A timely word of encouragement, a warm glance, an intercessory prayer, or a hand extended in love. These are drops of oil that keep the lamp of faith burning, not only in you, but also in the lives of those I've placed around you. Do not underestimate the power of a grateful heart and a generous spirit, for when you give from what you've received, you are becoming like me, the giver who never ceases. Whether you give your time, your words, your prayers, or your material resources, you are participating in the flow of grace moving through the earth. And when you live with such an open heart, you are not merely giving, you are spreading hope. You are sowing seeds of life into the dry ground of another's soul. Your generosity becomes light, and that light not only shines outward but also illuminates the deeper purpose I have placed within you. You were not made only to receive, you were made to reflect the glory of the one who called you out of darkness. Every time you choose to give, through love, through forgiveness, through kindness, you are contributing to my greater story unfolding on the earth. You are partnering with me in my mission to restore and heal this world. And the beautiful truth is this: I will never let your giving become your loss. On the contrary, I use your very act of giving to open a new cycle of blessing in your life. You will never be diminished by what you give in sincerity. You will never be forgotten in your kindness. For I am the righteous one, who never lets even a cup of cold water given in my name go unrewarded. Every time you choose to give, even the smallest gift, you are activating a sacred principle. Whoever sows shall also reap. But my child, do not think that the harvest only comes in material form. What I give surpasses all earthly measures. I give peace when the world is in chaos. I give joy when everything around you seems to be falling apart. I give wisdom so you may walk the narrow path without losing your way. I give favor so that what comes into your hands is multiplied. And above all, I give myself. My presence, my nearness, the sweetness of a living relationship that no material value could ever buy. So, my child, do not feel obligated to give. I do not seek offerings given out of compulsion. I seek hearts that are willing and joyful. For it is when you give freely and cheerfully that you step into the true essence of my kingdom, where there is no coercion and everything flows from love. Giving is not a duty, but a privilege, not a burden, but an opportunity, not a loss, but a step of faith that leads to fullness. I created you not to withhold everything for yourself, but to be a vessel, a channel of blessing. And when you are willing to let the blessing flow through you to others, you will be amazed to see that I pour into you more than you ever imagined. This is a heavenly principle. I give to those who dare to give. I fill the vessels that are willing to be poured out, and I cause to grow the seeds sown in love and faith. Therefore, do not wait until you feel you have enough before you begin to share. Do not wait until everything feels perfect before you dare to open your heart. Start right where you are, with the smallest thing, with the simplest act, a gentle word, an encouraging hug, an unexpected kindness. These are the seeds of life, and as you sow them, not only will others be touched, you too will be healed, nourished, and awakened in true love. And with every act of giving, every deed done in kindness and gratitude, I, the Creator, draw nearer to you. You are not only pleasing me, but you are becoming one with me in heart and purpose. I give so you may give. I pour out so you may overflow. And in that companionship you will walk a journey not only filled with joy, but rich in spiritual fruit, full of eternal meaning. My beloved child, live as one who has been filled. Share as one who knows lack is not your portion. Love as one who is completely loved. And give as one who believes that your God is the abundant provider, never lacking in any good thing. This is the season of giving, not out of obligation, but out of love. This is the moment for you to become a river, not a stagnant pond. And this is the opportunity for you, even with the smallest things, to be a shining light, bringing the warmth of heaven into a cold world. So then, my child, begin today with a word of thanks, a blessing spoken, a loving act, a sincere gift, and soon you will see heavenly blessings pour into your life like a mighty waterfall, not because you demanded it, but because you have stepped in rhythm with my heart. And there you will discover there is nothing more precious than to live near me, united in love and radiant in the light of giving. My beloved child, are you sensing a gentle yet profound stirring within your soul, as if something is calling you to draw nearer, to step beyond the familiar boundaries of your comfort zone, and to enter into a sacred reality you've yet to fully explore? Perhaps you cannot put it into words, but you know, quietly yet unmistakably, that you are being pulled toward the light, toward something greater than yourself, something eternal, complete, and holy. My child, it is I who am stirring your heart. The call you hear within your spirit is not an illusion or a vague longing. It is my breath touching the depths of your soul, inviting you to walk further in communion with me. It is I who urge you not to settle for fleeting satisfaction, but to seek what holds eternal worth. It is I who am opening the door for you to enter a new season, a season where faith is no longer just spoken, but lived, moment by moment. If your heart is trembling, if something within you is being stirred, do not ignore it. Do not let the noise of life or the hesitation of logic keep you from responding to this gentle call. I am not calling you to frighten you. I am calling you to let you know that you are not forgotten, that amid all that is uncertain, one thing remains true. It is me, and the bond between you and me. So if you have never taken a public step, whether a simple click that says, "I'm in," or a quiet affirmation that says, "Here I am, I'm listening," I encourage you to do so as a simple yet powerful act of faith, not because I need it to recognize you, but because that very act will mark a significant shift within your spirit. When you dare to step out, even in a small way, you are telling me that you are ready to be led, ready for me to reveal deeper things, ready to grow in the light. Do not take that act lightly. Do not think it is just an interaction on a screen. No, it is a spiritual response. When you say, "I want to," "I agree," or simply, "I'm here," you are aligning with what I am doing in the spiritual realm. You are opening your heart, and I, who never forces, will come in, sit beside you, and begin to whisper things that only you and I can truly understand. Every time you return to this place, even for just a few minutes, even just to listen, to read, to reflect, you are watering the seed of faith I placed in your heart from the very beginning. You may not see it sprout right away. You may not feel a dramatic change. But like a garden watered daily, life is moving quietly beneath the surface. Each time you listen, each time you ponder, each time you close your eyes and whisper in your heart, "Lord, I believe you are here," the roots of faith grow deeper, steadier, and prepare for a season of radiant blooming. You may be wondering, how do I know if what I'm reading is real? My child, I do not speak to you through the words of others alone. I speak through the confirmation in your heart. If your heart softens, if your eyes well up not from sadness, but from the realization of a love so vast, so unlike anything you've ever known, then that is me. If a desire awakens within you to live more truthfully, more deeply, more beautifully, then that is me, reaching into the noblest part of your being. No human words can touch such depth. Only I, through my boundless love, can do that. And I am doing it. I am building within you an unshakable faith, a knowing that does not come from books, but from revelation, a love that is not merely taught, but experienced in every moment. I do not want you to come only to receive. I want you to step in and live in oneness with me. I do not want you to merely read these words. I want you to become the one who carries this light to the hungry souls out there. Let your heart remain open. Let every message you receive here become living words that nourish your spirit. Do not just read and forget. Read and remember. Read and reflect. Let every word become a seed, and let my spirit be the rain that causes it to grow into life. For you are not just a reader. You are the soil I have chosen. You are the place where I sow my word. You are the fertile field destined to bear fruit for a world waiting to receive life through you. My child, this is not a fleeting journey. This is a journey of transformation. Little by little, day by day, word by word, step by step. And I will not let you walk it alone. I will walk with you. I will keep speaking. I will keep reminding you that you belong to me, that you are called out from the crowd, that you carry a sacred mission within you. So if you have ever doubted who you are, look at the light I am shining upon you. If you have ever thought yourself too small to be chosen, listen to my voice calling your name in love. If you have feared that your faith might not be enough to continue, know this: I am the one who keeps your faith, and I never fail to finish what I have begun. And now, once again, I am calling you. Take one more step. Respond. Say that you are ready. Open your heart to receive. You do not need to understand everything. You do not need to see it all clearly. You only need to believe that I am real and that I love you more than anyone ever has. Let me take care of the rest. Let me teach you how to walk. Let me lead you into lands your eyes have never seen and your heart has never dared to dream of. Are you ready, my child? Because I am waiting, not from afar, but very near. And that voice calling you, it is me. Beloved, open your heart to receive what I am about to speak to you, for the time ahead will carry unexpected shifts, sudden yet revolutionary changes that will touch deep layers of your life, like a strong wind sweeping through a quiet garden, awakening every hidden seed of life beneath the soil. Do not fear or resist the turning of the tide, for I am the one steering the vessel of your life through every powerful wave. What seems like chaos will be the very beginning of an outpouring of miracles, a supernatural chain reaction that no human hand could ever orchestrate. But I can. When I open a door, my child, it is never a solitary act. It is the beginning of a holy shift. One opportunity will lead to another. One lifting out of the old will bring you into entirely new horizons. The open doors are not just for you to walk through, but for heaven's light to shine into the darkest corners of your life. Places long untouched by love, trust, and healing. Each door is my affirmation that I am moving, I am working, and I will never stop when it comes to your future. A new job may appear, not merely a position in an organization, but an environment I have prepared in advance for you to grow, to be challenged, to be equipped, and to be blessed. In that place you will not only reap material success, but you will also meet those whom I have intentionally placed in your life, divine friendships, kindred spirits with hearts that seek the sacred. Those I will use to strengthen you on the journey of living out the mission I have placed within your heart. Or perhaps I will touch your body, bringing healing not only to your flesh, but also to your soul. As the pain subsides, as the sickness no longer clouds your vision, a new vitality will begin to rise. I will awaken in you the dreams once forgotten, the passions once hidden because of fear of failure, exhaustion, or wounds caused when you once gave your heart away fully. It is in the moment you think all hope is gone that I will cause your heart to beat again. With life, with joy, with a burning desire to live with purpose. And it may be that I will intervene in your family, where cracks seem to have become scars, where misunderstandings once felt beyond repair. I will bring a reconciliation no one thought possible, a conversation, an embrace, a word of forgiveness will come like the first rains falling upon dry fields, bringing life, coolness, and hope. From one small act of reconciliation, I will spread joy into every relationship you hold. Friends, family, co-workers, all will be touched by the wind of blessing I am breathing over your life. You will look back and see that nothing happened by chance. Every disruption, every seeming rupture was actually my way of removing what no longer fits, so that you may receive something new, better, purer, and deeper. Sometimes breakthroughs come in the form of loss. Sometimes miracles wear the face of rejection. But take heart, for all of it is in my hands. You are not lost. You are not walking alone in the dark. I am going before you, clearing the path, opening doors no one can shut. The changes I bring are not merely to improve your circumstances, but to transform who you are, to shape you more into my likeness, stronger, more loving, more steadfast. The events to come are not to confuse you, but to awaken awe, that I am truly powerful, that my plans are far beyond anything you've ever imagined. Prepare your heart and mind, for a new season is approaching, a season where old dreams will rise again, where forgotten prophecies will begin to take form. Remember this, you are not the keeper of the keys. I alone hold every door, and when I open, no one can shut. When I act, no force can hinder. All you must do is remain faithful. Stay in me, keep listening to my voice, and do not stop believing in what I have spoken. You will not walk alone. I will walk with you, not merely beside you, but within you, lifting you when your heart is weary, renewing your strength when you are tired, giving you wisdom when you do not know which way to go. I will be there when your tears fall, and I will also be there when you laugh in glory. What is coming is not an ending, but the beginning of a new story, a chapter filled with wonders, divine encounters, and immeasurable grace. My child, keep walking forward with steadfast hope, for what I am about to do will surpass all that you have ever asked for or imagined. Great things are drawing near. Hold tightly to your faith, and do not leave the place where you can hear my voice, for once I move, your life will never be the same again. I am composing a glorious symphony over your life, a song no one else can replicate, for it is written by the hand of the Almighty, crafted specifically for a beloved soul like yours. And now, as you stand at the threshold of something new, I am inviting you to do something that may seem simple, yet holds the power to shift the course of destiny. To dare to believe. Dare to believe in me. Dare to believe in my unchanging goodness. Dare to believe that I am working, even when you see no results yet. Let faith in your heart be awakened, stirred and restored from its very roots, for it is faith that becomes the bridge, carrying you from a limited present into the miraculous future I have already prepared. Do not be afraid if your faith feels as small as a mustard seed. What matters is not how big your faith is, but in whom you place it. I am not waiting for you to become supernatural before I love you, nor am I holding back my rescue until you become perfect. My love is not based on performance or worthiness, but flows from an eternal choice. I have chosen you, I have called you by name. I have engraved your name upon the palm of my hand. Do not let the whispers of doubt sneak into your mind and tell you that you're not good enough, that you're unworthy, that miracles are meant for someone else. Those thoughts do not come from me. They come from fear, from unhealed wounds of the past, or from the enemy of your soul, the one who always seeks to sow doubt and dim the light of your belief. But I have come to declare over you, you are loved, chosen, and destined for great things. I do not perform wonders in your life because you earned them. I do not measure my goodness by your achievements. Everything I do for you flows from a heart of unconditional love, from a mercy that never tires, and from a grace beyond human comprehension. I give not because you deserve, but because I am good, forever faithful in love. And this grace, the very thing you cannot buy, cannot earn, cannot attain through your own strength, is the greatest gift I've ever given to you. Stop condemning yourself for past mistakes. Stop looking at yourself through the lens of failure, pain, or unfinished dreams. I do not see you that way. I see you through the blood of my Son, the one who paid for every fault, who shed his blood so you could be free, healed, and step into the fullness of life. Even when you doubt yourself, I see a strong one being formed within you, a child I have destined to walk in light, in righteousness, and in power that comes from above. My beloved, let the faith within you no longer lie dormant. Call it forth, even if it flickers like a tiny flame. I will be the breath that fans it into a blaze, igniting the fire of belief so you may come alive again, with hope, with expectancy for good things. Believe that I am faithful, and I do not speak in vain. When I promise, I fulfill. When I speak, I accomplish. There is nothing I begin that I do not have the power to finish. Your faith is the key that unlocks the treasury of heaven. Not because your faith is great, but because when you dare to believe, you are placing your heart in my hands, the hands that can do all things. When you believe that I will provide, that I will heal, that I will make a way, you are making space for heaven to touch the earth. This is not wishful thinking, but a divine reality into which you are being invited to step. Remember the times I did not abandon you, even when you turned away. Recall the moments when it seemed like everything was falling apart, yet I still held you, still lifted you up. Not a single day has gone by where I was far from you. Not a single tear you shed escaped my notice. My love does not come and go with emotion. It is eternal. And it is upon this very love that your faith can stand. You may be facing things beyond your control. You may be in the midst of an inner battle between what I have promised and what your eyes can see. But let faith lead you, not your emotions. Let my word be your guiding light, not your circumstances. For what your eyes see is temporary, but what I have promised is eternal. Do not wait until you feel ready to believe. Believe even when you see nothing. That very choice, to believe in the dark, to trust in the wilderness, to cling to me through tears, will become the seed of miracles. I will take the smallest things within you and create something great. And when all things come to pass, you will not be able to say it was by your own strength. You will know it was divine grace, grace that chose you, loved you, lifted you, and brought you into a journey beyond imagination. So, my beloved, rise up in faith. Believe that I am good, just as I have said. Believe that I forget no promise. Believe that I am working, even in the silence. Believe that what I have begun in you I will complete in fullness. And above all, believe that you are loved, with a love that never lets go. I am waiting for a yes from the deepest place in your heart. Not a scripted reply, but a genuine surrender. Offer me your heart, cracks and all, and I will craft a masterpiece from it. Let me write your story with the ink of mercy and the hand of eternal faithfulness. So then, in the space between promise and fulfillment, between what I have spoken and the moment it comes to pass, how should you live? How should you guard your heart when everything still feels unfinished? When your eyes have not yet seen what I promised, and when you walk through the path of trials and waiting? My beloved, I do not want you to live each day in anxiety, fear, or weary longing that robs you of the beauty of the present. I did not create you to live in confusion, like one who does not know what tomorrow holds. On the contrary, I have called you to live each day with steadfast faith and a heart full of expectancy, even when nothing is clear. I invite you to choose peace over panic, faith over doubt, and purposeful action over passive waiting. Trusting me does not mean sitting still with folded hands, waiting for miracles to fall from the sky. Trusting me is an act. It is not passive. To believe is to rise each morning, clothe yourself in hope, walk with steady steps, and faithfully do each task I've placed in your hands, even the smallest ones. True faith is always paired with tangible action. It shows itself in the way you keep doing your work, caring for your family, serving others, and offering your time and love to what I've entrusted to you. When you set your hands to daily tasks, whether it's washing dishes, writing, serving at the office, or caring for a loved one, do all of it with a gentle spirit and a heart at rest, knowing that behind what seems ordinary is a powerful God orchestrating the extraordinary. You are not alone in the mundane. I am present right in the rhythm of what feels monotonous, and it is in these very small things that I am refining you, training your faith, building your endurance, and shaping a heart that learns obedience. Do not let the waiting steal your joy. Do not allow the days that seem uneventful to dim your gratitude or quiet your expectancy. I am at work even when you cannot see it. I am preparing the best for you in the stillness. What you call silence is actually the deep soil being turned, the seeds beginning to sprout, and the harvest quietly taking shape. Let your faith not be anchored in what your eyes can see, but be firmly rooted in my word that never returns void. And while you wait, don't stop praying. Don't stop talking with me. The whispers from your secret place do not fall into emptiness. I hear every sigh, every tear, every tiny expression of thanksgiving. Keep opening your heart to me, not just to ask, but to connect, to listen, to learn how to recognize me in every moment of ordinary life. You'll come to see that intimacy with me is the greatest reward, greater even than the gifts I can give you. As you maintain a life of prayer, you are keeping the flame of faith alive. Prayer may not change my plan, but it changes you. It softens your heart, clears your mind, and helps you recognize the path I am unveiling, little by little. And here's the miracle. When your heart is rightly aligned, not swayed by circumstances but anchored in me, then even if what you're waiting for seems delayed, you will live each day with unshakable peace. Also, keep a heart of gratitude throughout the waiting. Gratitude doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means you trust that I hold all things in my hands. Learn to see the miracle in the little things, in the morning light, in the presence of loved ones, in the breath you still draw and the steps you still take, Gratitude becomes a healing balm for your soul, protecting your heart from bitterness, disappointment, and comparison. And finally, my child, remember that every act done in faith and faithfulness is never in vain. Maybe no one sees it today. Maybe you're not applauded or acknowledged, but I see it. I remember. I count every drop of sweat, every moment you choose what is right over what is easy, what is true over what is false, what is forgiveness over resentment. All of it is evidence of a living faith, and I will reward you at the appointed time. I know that waiting is not easy, but in the waiting, I am enlarging your heart to carry something greater. Some promises need time to take form. Some miracles require patience to be birthed. And some graces can only be revealed to those who dare to believe, dare to wait, and dare to keep living with unwavering hope. So, my beloved, keep walking. Keep doing what is right, even when no one sees. Keep obeying, even when you don't see results. Keep clearing the space within you to receive what I have already prepared, and live each day as if the miracle could come at any moment. I am not a God who delays. I arrive right on time, and what I do will always exceed what you hoped for. But until then, live with steady faith and a heart that keeps expecting, because I see you, I hear you, I am drawing near, and when my promise comes, it will shake your life in ways you could never imagine. Be ready, be faithful, live like you believe I am moving. Continue walking on the path of goodness, even when what you're waiting for has yet to become reality. I see every small act, every sincere thought, every silent sacrifice that no one else knows about. Do not underestimate the things that seem insignificant, for it is in those quiet moments that I am testing your heart, measuring your faithfulness and your honest soul. Every kind gesture, every right choice made when no one is watching, all are engraved in my heart like precious gems. Perhaps you are longing for a new job, a great door to open, ushering you into a new season of life. But while that door remains closed, do not waste time in complaint or disappointment. Keep doing your current work well, even if it feels small, temporary, or far from your dreams. Do it with all your heart, as if you were doing it for me. I never overlook faithfulness, and it is precisely in this season of testing that I am refining your spirit, preparing you to step through the new door I have appointed. Every moment you persevere, every drop of sweat born from loyalty, is becoming a solid bridge that leads you to a season of blessings far greater than you can imagine. Perhaps you are praying for healing, for reconciliation in a broken relationship, and perhaps every prayer seems to echo only in silence. But my child, do not let your heart grow weary. This is a time for you to grow in love and in patience. When you learn to love without demanding, to forgive without needing to be understood, to show kindness even to those who do not deserve it, you are reflecting my love. It is in those moments when you choose to love through pain, to build instead of tear down, to be patient instead of angry, that you become more like me. Love is not only proven when things go smoothly, but when you choose to love in the harshest of conditions. I see your heart. I see the silent tears you shed, and I will not let them be in vain. I am working behind the scenes, and at the time I have set, restoration will come, like the dawn after a long and dark night. If you are weary from waiting for a financial miracle, when the bills pile up, when dreams feel out of reach, and you feel as though you are simply struggling to make it through each day, keep living with wisdom, integrity, and generosity. Do not close your heart for fear of lack. Do not let anxiety make you hard or selfish. It is in the moment you choose to give, even when you don't have much, that you are sowing seeds of kindness. I do not look at the amount you give. I look at the heart behind it. Your generosity, even if only a small portion, holds great value when offered with trust. And I promise, the one who sows in faith and faithfulness will reap with joy and abundance. What you are doing today, though small, though unrecognized, is laying the foundation for the great things I am preparing. Every act of faithfulness is a seed planted in sacred soil, and when the harvest comes, you will be the one walking through golden fields, gathering the fruits of perseverance, faithfulness, and unwavering love. Not a single moment is wasted when you live in obedience and hope. What you are waiting for is not forgotten. It is simply hidden for a time, like a seed buried deep in the soil, waiting for the right season to rise. Let your heart be held by peace, even before you see the answer. Let your soul find rest in trust, even when all seems silent. I am working not on your timeline, but in my perfect timing. Every delay is not a denial, but a protection. Every closed door is not to hurt you, but to keep you from what is not yet ready. I do not only bless you, I train you, so you will be strong enough to carry and keep the blessing when it arrives. Remember this, my child. Greatness does not begin with an explosion, but with silent footsteps, with steadfast decisions made in unnoticed moments. It is perseverance in the small things that unlocks the door to the great. When you are faithful in the present, you are preparing for the future. When you walk in faith today, you are drawing nearer to tomorrow's miracle. When you choose to love and forgive today, you are laying the foundation for healed and enduring relationships in the days to come. So do not grow weary. Do not let delay make you question your worth. Do not let the waiting make you forget that I am walking beside you. In every moment of trial, I am closer than ever. In every sigh of your soul, I am listening. And in every faithful act you carry out, I am writing a story more wondrous than your eyes have seen. You are being refined like gold in fire, but after this process you will shine brighter than ever before. Do not abandon what is good simply because you have not yet seen the result. Keep loving, keep trusting, keep doing what is right. The harvest is nearer than you think. Let not your heart grow weary, for I, the faithful one, will fulfill every word I have promised. The dreams you've laid before me, the whispered prayers in the night, I have heard them, and in the right time you will see that not one faithful act was ever in vain. Every seed you've sown will blossom into a glorious harvest. Be strong. Hold fast to your faith. Keep sowing in love, in forgiveness, in steadfastness, and in your trust in me, for you will reap if you do not give up. And when that time comes, you will look back and see it was in the waiting, in the unseen steps, in the small, sincere things you did, that you became strong, mature, and prepared to step into the wonder I've long prepared for you. And through the whole journey, this path you now walk, with all its turns and delays, keep your eyes fixed firmly on me. Do not let your heart be led astray by the fleeting lights the enemy lays as beautiful snares. Stay watchful, for the dazzling things of this world can easily obscure your vision of eternal truth. The enemy does not always come with a roar. More often, he walks softly, with sweet but deceitful words, hidden among what seems reasonable, or wrapped in tempting opportunities that do not come from me. You must learn to discern my voice from the many echoes of the world. My voice never overpowers or clamors. It is gentle like a whispering breeze, yet strong and full of authority. It brings peace to the soul, not confusion. If something causes unease in your spirit, if it draws you away from love, from peace, or from holy reverence, beware, for it is not from me. The enemy is skilled at dressing lies in beautiful garments. You must learn to live not merely by what you see or hear, but by discernment, the kind that only those who truly turn their hearts toward me will possess. Let your heart be anchored in the truth, so when life's storms rise, you will not be swept away. There will be moments when promises from others sound pleasing, shortcuts appear enticing, and doors seem to open easily before you. But if I am not in them, then that ease will become a chain that binds you. I do not want you to seek what is easy. I want you to seek what is true and full of life. And that can only be found when you walk closely with me, eyes fixed on my light. This world is growing louder, the voice of ambition, the voice of comparison, the voice of fear, the voice of hurry, the voice of empty promises. If you do not still your soul, these voices will make you question the very promise I have spoken over you. They will cause you to forget who you are in me. You are not a product of this world, not a wanderer lost in the whirlwind of fleeting changes. You are the one I have chosen, the one I am keeping, and the one I am leading through every season of life. Let your heart learn to be still before me. In stillness, you will hear my voice most clearly. In your pausing, you will see what you missed in your rushing. I do not speak through haste. I do not act in chaos. I am the God of order, of patience, of steps that are divinely appointed. And if you truly long to know the way, you must slow down enough to hear my guidance. Let your eyes be fixed on my light, as a traveler locks their gaze on the eastern star in the dark of night. Do not let the jeers of the world make you doubt your own process. Do not let the instant success of others pressure you to abandon the path I am building for you. You may not see the fruit yet. You may be moving slower than others, but that does not mean I am late. I am building something in you, something steady, lasting, and for the glory of my name. Great things always require patience and faithfulness. Do not measure your life by someone else's standard. See it through my eyes. The eyes of the one who began a good work in you and will surely bring it to completion until the very end. If you take your eyes off me, you will be easily drawn to winding roads, to dazzling illusions that shine but are hollow within. And what's more terrifying than being lost is not knowing when you began to drift from me. So, my beloved, keep your heart in the light. Let my word be a lamp to your feet, a light to your path. Do not only seek pleasant words, crave truth, even when it confronts you, calls you to change, or asks you to let go of the old to step into the new. Keep your eyes lifted upward. Do not gaze down at the chaos surrounding you. When you lift your eyes to me, you will be renewed day by day. When your gaze is set on the source of life, temptation loses its grip, and the noise begins to fade. You will walk in a peace that no one can take from you. You will receive strength not born of human effort, but from me, the one walking with you step by step, whether you see it or not. And as your heart remains faithful in each small step, as your eyes stay fixed on me, you will begin to realize what once frightened you no longer holds power. What once unsettled you now echoes only faintly in the distance. For when you truly walk in the light, darkness cannot hold you anymore. You will see your life with clarity. You will discern what is true and what is false, what is from me and what is merely an empty echo. Remember this: you were not born to wander among countless voices. You were created to walk under my guidance, gently, firmly, and powerfully. And in every step, whether through plains, mountains, or shadows, your eyes must remain fixed on me. For I am the only light that never dims, the flame that never dies, the only path that leads you to true life. So, my beloved, keep your eyes bright and your heart unentangled by the fleeting. Let me be your focus, the high lamp you always look toward. Do not stray. Do not let your heart be distracted. Walk, day by day, hour by hour, in wakefulness, in love for truth, and in the sacred closeness between you and me. I will lead you through every trap, guard you from all harm, and give you the very best at the right time, in the way only I can. Now, my child, lift up your sincere prayer to me. Lord, I listen for your voice in the stillness of my spirit. I believe this moment is no coincidence, but a divine orchestration by your hand. Please help me open my heart, embrace the hope rising within me, and believe that what I've long awaited is drawing near, because your mighty hand is moving. Lord, I don't understand everything, but I choose to trust in your faithfulness. I know you see the silent tears, the longings I've never spoken aloud. Today, I choose to declare what I believe, that you will do it in your perfect timing. Lord, I used to wonder if my prayers were heard, but now I know you are at work. I choose to believe in the miracle that is coming. Give me faith to wait in peace, and a heart of gratitude to praise you even before my eyes see it come to pass. Lord, I believe that just one moment in your hands can change my entire life. However long the night may last, your dawn will arrive right on time. Help me hold tightly to hope and walk by faith, anticipating the breakthrough you have appointed. Lord, I sense a stirring in my spirit. I know you are near. Revive the dreams I thought were buried. Awaken within me a holy anticipation that I may know miracles are not far off. They are drawing close. Lord, I know nothing is beyond your power. Today I declare by faith, nothing is too hard for my God. Open the doors, break every limitation, and reveal your glory in my life. Lord, if you know the name of every star, then surely you know mine. If you hold the universe in perfect order, then you are surely holding my life steady as well. I trust you will bring about what is best for me, according to your eternal wisdom. Lord, in the midst of what I don't understand, I choose to trust in your love. I don't need to see the whole plan to know you are moving. Help me maintain a thankful heart, even in the waiting, and let me sing as though the miracle has already come. Lord, I know that not one of my petitions has fallen into emptiness. You have kept them in your heart. I thank you for the perfect timing that is on its way. Lord, I know you delight in working through wonders. Help me not be distracted by circumstances, but keep my eyes fixed on you. I believe I will soon witness a sudden shift, because you have spoken and you will fulfill it. Lord, even when I cannot see with my eyes, I know you are putting things in place. Today I choose to write down the deepest desires of my heart, no longer hesitating. I declare by faith, you can and you will do this for me. Lord, open my heart to receive the signs from heaven. Make me sensitive to every whisper of your love. Every time I hear a word of encouragement, every unexpected opportunity, I will remember it is you reminding me. The miracle is drawing near. Lord, I lift my eyes to the heavens and see your power covering the universe. Yet today I also feel you covering me with love, protection, and divine preparation. I know that what I am waiting for is not only real, it is on its way. Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides, today I offer you my heart of gratitude, not because I have already received, but because I know you are ready to give. I thank you for the things my eyes have not yet seen, but my spirit has already embraced. Help me to live with joy even before it happens. Lord, I sense the veil is about to be lifted. Prepare me in faith, in faithfulness, and in gratitude. I will step into the new not with fear, but with radiant expectation, for you are the one who promised and never breaks a promise. Lord, I bow in deep gratitude. I thank you for every good thing you have given, for the blessings I have already seen, and for those silently being prepared behind the veil. I thank you that even in the waiting, you are moving. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. If you love the Lord, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of His life-giving, meaningful messages. Together we will grow in faith and live a life made whole in His love. Amen.